going. Manic. See if we can get a few people in here before I get started. About to take it to church a little bit on my team, the Detroit Lions. One pride. I got lucky. Cause I got hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm just waiting for a couple more people to come in and then I'm gonna get started. I got Golden Tate autograph. I got Marvin Jones autograph right there. This was like in 2016, 2017. I got that Kirby Joseph autograph right here. 31, got that Kirby Joseph autograph. Yeah. I got lucky, man. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Basili? Bassi? Okay. What up, man? What's going on, y'all, man? What's going on, Kristen Jackson? So this is what I just wanted to kind of touch bases on, man. Like, what the hell happened with the Detroit Lions, okay? I don't know if y'all Detroit Lions fans or not. I'm Detroit Lions through and through. And I'm going to just tell you, man, what I feel like happened with the Detroit Lions. People may disagree, but I'm going to tell you right now. Two brand new coordinators, John Morton and Kelvin Sheppard. Now, first, John Morton had one prior year of experience of being an offensive coordinator, and that was the New York Jets, I think, in 2017, I believe. The New York Jets in 2017 were horrible, right? They were horrible. So, John Morton's experience, he got hired off the buddy-buddy system. Okay? They figure, hey, you were here before when we were building this. You can come in. No. He got out schemed. He got fired as of yesterday. Salute to Brad and Dan for making those decisions. Now, moving on to Kelvin Sheppard, who a lot of people, I like Kelvin Sheppard. I'm not gonna lie, I like Kelvin Sheppard, but he is not the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. I'm gonna tell you right now. We had this debate on our podcast, Boss of Ball Out podcast. Go check that out on YouTube. Me, LL Cool Torrance, Kurt Steele. We do the Boss of Ball Out podcast Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, and then Kurt was sprinkling lives Tuesday and Thursday. We do that. That's where I'm from, the Boss of Ball Out podcast. Salute. we had a debate today, man, about Kelvin Sheppard, and I know my boy LL brings up the fact that maybe he needs a an overseer, maybe somebody to kind of guide him along. We are in the Super Bowl window. And Detroit Lions fans know when we talk about the Lions, it's us, it's we, it's my. You know what I'm saying? And we are in the Super Bowl window. We don't have time, okay, to be holding the hand of a coordinator and walking him through. He has to make decisions on his own, okay? And that's one reason why, if you look at the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson is able to do what he does because he has Dennis Allen over there calling plays. You don't have to worry about Dennis Allen and what he's doing. Ben Johnson is focused on the offense. Dennis Allen has the defense. Okay, so when we're playing, now we might need somebody to oversee Kelvin Sheppard. If we need somebody to oversee you, you cannot be the defensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. We are in a Super Bowl window right now. We are trying to maximize the Super Bowl window opportunity. Okay? And if we need somebody to oversee you, then you need to step down, or they need to kind of push you to the side. We need a new defensive coordinator. Okay? I'm just gonna come out and say it. And the proof is in the pudding. Okay? Last year, all those defensive injuries on the front line, we had one starting defensive tackle on the D line. And that's tackles and ends. We had one starter, and we had one starter at linebacker, and then we had Anzalone, but he was gone toward the end of the year. But that's all we had. 3 guys in the front 7, and they were top 5 against the run. Do you know what the Detroit Lions ended the season at? Number 14 against the run. And you know what's the difference? We had all of our guys healthy. All of them. Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Reader, Talik Williams, Liam McNeil, Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Bonds. We had them all. But we were dropped down to number 14 in run defense. Tell me how that happens. Tell me how that happens. AG had guys coming off the street. I remember one game AG had a guy come in on Monday and he played on Thursday. Okay? So I love Kelvin Sheppard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like the guy. I think he's going to be a good coordinator, just not here in Detroit, not right now. He can go be a coordinator of the Raiders, the Jets, or someone like that where they have the time to learn and build guys. Okay? Where you have time to learn on the job. You cannot be learning on the job in Detroit. This is a Super Bowl window here we're talking about right now. Like, come on, man. Like, you really want a guy learning? They fired John Morton. Okay, John Morton, he wasn't a first-year coordinator, technically, but he was a first-year coordinator. Okay, John Morton was a coordinator of the Jets, offensive coordinator of the Jets in like 2017. The Jets were horrible. They were god-awful. So he was just a placeholder. Okay, he was just a placeholder. So, you know, he got fired. Kelvin Sheppard got to go too. Okay, we can't let loyalty hold us down. That's the SOL Lions. Where we loyal to friends and family. Fuck that. Okay? Fuck that. We're not loyal to nobody but the Detroit Lions. That's the only people that we are loyal to. It's the only team we are loyal to. You know what I'm saying? We have to do what's best for the organization. And the best thing right now, while we are in the Super Bowl window, is to go get an offensive coordinator and go get a defensive coordinator. We cannot have guys learning on the job. This is not that team. This is not the Lions of the past where we give guys the grace period of learning and figuring shit out. We got contracts coming up, decisions to make. Guys might not be here. We don't need somebody bumbling and stumbling their way through the season. We need an experienced, confident defensive coordinator, an experienced, confident offensive coordinator to do their damn job so Dan Campbell does not have to do his job for him. Dan Campbell wants to blanket everything. He wants to blanket the offense, the defense, and the special teams. He cannot do that if he's calling plays for the offense. When you're calling plays for the offense, you are totally bogged down to just the offense. You cannot call plays for the offense and be trying to fool around about what's happening on the defense and special teams. Like when you are locked into the offense, you have to see, okay, that worked. Then you got to go back to the tablet, and you got to look at the tablet and figure out what's going on, what the defense is doing, what can you take advantage of on the offense. You cannot be bogged down. So yes, they fired John Morton. Damn it, fired Kelvin Sheppard too. There's no excuses. Like, we did such a good job as Lions fans, as Lions Nation, and getting rid of excuses. Remember? Oh, he's hurt. So that means no. Last year, everybody got hurt on defense, and we still prevailed. There's no reason why now we got excuses. Oh, the back end is banged up. Okay, the back end might be banged up. I'll give you that. The back end was man, we had the Legion of Home back there, right? But the front seven was fully intact. Fully intact. And we slipped down the middle of the pack against the run. And we had Legion of Home up front in the front seven, and they was top 5 against the run. That's scheme, people. You know what I'm saying? That's scheme. That's scheme related. That is not anything else but scheme related. They're the same players. Same players are there. It's just scheme related. Right? And if Casey Rogers wasn't doing his job and putting the right people in the right place, that's where Kelvin Sheppard's supposed to step in and say, you know what? He has to go here. I'm a D-line coach. Okay? I'm a D-line coach. We platoon our defensive line. Platoon means you take the whole D-line out and then a whole new D-line comes in. Right? So every 3 plays, every 4 plays, the whole D-line will come out and a whole new D-line will go in. Do you know how many times my defensive coordinator said, hey, I know what we're doing, but we're not going to do that. I like this guy to be right here, right now in this situation, so put him in. Kelvin Sheppard is supposed to do that. He didn't do that. He had a Liam McNeil playing the fucking edge. A Liam McNeil is not an edge rusher. Come on, people. Like, what are we really doing right now? We're making excuses for guys. Like, we did so good as an organization of getting rid of excuses. And now they're creeping back in, people. We can't do it. We cannot do it. We can't do it. We cannot let excuses. We can't let it happen, man. Kelvin Sheppard got to go. Johnny Morton's already gone. We need to bring some people in here who got experience and who know what they're doing, so Dan Campbell can focus on the overall team. Okay? Dan Campbell is not just a guy who specializes in this, so he's on this side of the ball the whole time. Dan Campbell likes to blanket coach everything, be in on everything. He's not Ben Johnson where he's only focused on the offense. And then he has a defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, who knows what the hell he's doing. That's the difference. Ben Johnson can do that with the offense because he doesn't have to worry about the defense, because Dennis Allen is a proven defensive mind. Kelvin Sheppard is not proven. So that means Dan Campbell has to kind of be over here. He cannot call plays on the offense when he has to do that type of shit with Kelvin Sheppard. Okay? He can't. So what I'm saying is we got to get rid of Kelvin. He can stay on the team as maybe a specialist or an assistant, defensive assistant, or something like that, because he does bring out the best in the linebackers. Jack Campbell had his best year ever. But that's only one phase of the defense. One phase. The D-line played like ass. Stopping the run, they played like ass. So, man, I just want to get that clear, man. And my feelings out in the open, man. Like, you know, I like the guy, but you cannot coach this team right now in the Super Bowl window. Maybe you could have been a coach in the first year of Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, right? When we were 3-13-1, I would have accepted it then. Like, we all would have accepted it then because we were building, we were learning. We're not learning right now. We're trying to win a Super Bowl. We need a coach on the defense and a coach on the offense that can direct a Super Bowl team. Thank you, JD Nix. We can't have it, bro. We cannot have somebody who needs somebody to stand over him and be like, this is how you do your job. Then why is he there? Because now we're going back to the buddy system. Oh, well, he was here when AG was here, and the players like him, so that don't matter, people. Results matter. This is a results-based business. It is why in the NFL, you see young quarterbacks coming out playing their rookie year. That never used to happen. Quarterbacks, I think Aaron Rodgers is probably the last of the quarterbacks that got to sit behind a guy for a couple years and watch him, and then he came out. And then he was a starter. Like, that's not happening no more, right? Coaches and GMs are like, we drafting the guy, you're playing now. Because our job is on the line. I gave Kelvin Sheppard the benefit of the doubt, right? Because he was studied under AG. He was endorsed by AG. I'm like, cool, he can, okay. I gave him a year, and like, let's roll with it. After that year, you failed. You cannot fail again. Like I said, stay on the staff, be a defensive assistant, something like that. But you can't be the D coordinator when you just making mistakes, man. It's nothing but mistakes. Even if Casey Rogers was responsible for the D-line rotation, you can overstep him and be like, get Liam McNeil off the edge and get his big ass back in the middle. I mean, you should have said that off rip. Get Liam McNeil off the edge, because if a guy breaks out to the edge, Liam ain't gonna chase him down. He's not gonna chase him down. So get him back in between the tackles. You know, and we gotta find the edge. And now they talking about they don't know if they're gonna be able to pay Al-Quadin Muhammad. That's the second pass rusher that y'all might let sneak out the door. Remember James Houston? James Houston was a system guy, right? James Houston fit this system. He was a guy who produced right alongside Aiden Hutchinson in sacks. And we wanted him to be able to do this and do that. And since he couldn't do this and do that, we let him walk. Al-Quadin Muhammad, he's a pass rush specialist. But he can't do this. He can't defend the run. He can't do this, do that. So we probably going to let him walk. Yet the whole fan base is screaming for, we want help on the edge. We want sacks. Hey, we were number 4 in sacks. We didn't get them necessarily when we needed them, but we got them because we were number 4. So, like I said, man, if Casey Rogers ain't calling or having the D-line play like he's supposed to, then Kelvin Sheppard needs to say, hey, I need my D-line to do this. I need my D-line to do that. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. Our front 7 was all healthy, and they went from top 5 in the run defense to the number 14 defense against the run. What the hell? That's why we didn't make the playoffs. It wasn't the offense. The offense looked a little shaky at times, but they were still a top offense in the NFL. It was the defense, my boy. It was the defense. Shep got to go. I like you, Shep, but you got to go. Hey. I'll holler at y'all, man.